Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I'm super excited to announce that on January 5th, I'm going to be freely gifting each of you my very first book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. In the book, which was initially shown to me in a dream and has been followed by a next level amount of synchronicity, by the way, I share the keys to manifesting abundance that I've personally discovered over 20 plus years of trial, error, and deep exploration of these perspectives, as well as one golden key that ultimately ties them all together. Also, I would like to invite you to participate in a unique abundance manifestation experiment with me and the other readers that is outlined in detail at the end of the book and at the book's website, goldenkey.gift, where readers will also share the inspiring results of their abundance manifestation experiments. So if you're wanting 2021 to be the year that you alchemize the circumstances in your life so that your abundance expands to an entirely new level, head over to goldenkey.gift to sign up to accept my golden gift right when it comes out on January 5th. All right, all you positive heads, welcome, welcome. Here we grow again. It is a magical Monday here in the studio as I record, and I hope all of you are doing just fine whenever, wherever you are. Yeah, super exciting day for me. I just, if you notice, there's a new intro there. I announced that I am going to be releasing my new book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance, on January 5th. Going to be freely gifting it to you guys. So yeah, just throwing that out there in case any of you are used to skipping the intro. You can go over to goldenkey.gift and register to get it on the day it comes out. And yeah, I'm going to be giving it away and sharing what I've discovered over 20 years. I've distilled down all the key perspectives that I've found when I apply them to my life. The results speak loudly, and obviously part of that whole process is realizing the more I share all of it, just like I do on this podcast, but in a more condensed, sort of formatted way with the book, that we also, by the way, are going to have a abundance manifestation experiment that we all co-create and share results with together through the website goldenkey.gift. That's GIFT. I find the more I give it away, the more comes back to you, right? That's how it works. When the intention is pure and it's really all about, raising others up, understanding that a rising tide raises all ships. It's the only game in town is how do I help you to become your next greatest and greatest version of yourself? And by doing that, I help myself, and everyone wins. This the day and age of the competitive lack of abundance. I have to beat you down in order to, have to step on your back to get to where I want to go. It's just, for any of us, that paradigm is just dead. Thank goodness it is going away. I mean, not to say it didn't happen out there, but it didn't happen to any of us listening to this podcast. Or if it does, it's quickly on its way out, because you realize it's just like ignorance to live our lives in that way. Once you understand that I am you and you are me, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. As my mom used to say, not quite sure what that means. I think a gander is like a group of geeses, something like that. Look it up. I'm pretty sure someone will let me know. But yeah, it's just all about how do I lift you up? How do I make it so that your life is more joyous and more fulfilled, and by doing that, my life just gets better and better. And, love is the only thing that we can sort of share, and it continues to expand, right? You divide and it grows. And so how do I give more of myself when the context is right, when it feels appropriate? And this definitely feels appropriate. I wasn't going to write a book until I was super, super inspired. And this book came to me in a dream. And I've talked about it a little bit before now. And came to me in a dream, and the amount of synchronicity has been next level with this book and getting it out there. So I know it's very, very meant. And the gamification part of it and the way I'm kind of putting it out to the world is unique. And I'm just really excited to see how all that grows and goes and flows and all the things. So yeah, all right. So today, speaking of lifting each other up, I am going to, not even quite sure where I'm going to go. A lot of times most of the time I just kind of freestyle. I might prepare a little bit, but I find the more loose I keep it, the better. We'll see. We'll see where this goes today. I do have the book by Paul Selig sitting next to me called Alchemy, which is a channeled text. Paul is a up-and-coming channel, and I may pick that up and start reading from it. We'll see. I think it's appropriate that it's sitting here, considering my book is, the subtitle is Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. So, we read a little bit last week from the book, and I really enjoyed sharing that and then exploring and talking about what I garnered from reading it, what my takeaways were, and just kind of expanding on his writing, or the writing of the energies that are flowing through him. Super, super powerful stuff. But, before that, I would like to read this note to self that someone posted in the Positive Heads Facebook group, which, by the way, if you're not in there, there's about 10,000 of us and growing, people just connecting, sharing, uplifting one another. So it's a great place to, get away from all the political stuff and coronavirus related posts. We try and keep it to how are we uplifting one another in there. So, someone posted this the other day, and I thought, wow, I seen this a long time ago, and I should maybe remind everyone on the podcast of the truth of this note. And it doesn't say who wrote it, where it originally come from, so I can't cite it, but it goes like this. Note to self: what is my purpose in life? I asked the void. What if I told you that you fulfilled it when you took an extra hour to talk to that kid about his life? Said the voice. Or when you paid for the young couple in the restaurant? Or when you saved the dog in traffic? Or when you tied your father's shoes for him? Your problem is that you equate your purpose with goal-based achievement. The universe isn't interested in your achievements, just your heart. When you choose to act out of kindness, compassion, and love, you are already aligned with your true purpose. No need to look any further. How powerful is that, right? Our problem is that we equate our purpose with goal-based achievement. What job title? How much stuff have I got? How big is my house? All of the things. We're constantly comparing ourselves to one another. And it's so foolish when you realize, the universe isn't interested in your achievements, just your heart. You guys probably remember not so long ago I was talking about there is a documentary out there on near-death experiences, and a woman who shared a really powerful, poignant one. She was, young woman, maybe 30 years old at the time or something when she had her near-death experience. She's on the other side. She's very dramatically shown, in dramatic fashion, like a tape and, old movie projector and the countdown, like the reel. Oh, here comes the reel of my, my life, my highlights. And it was showing all her achievements and sports and things like that. And, so she went through the whole thing, and it had highlighted all the things she had done that were considered achievements by the average person's, the normal person's views of, these goal-based achievements, right? Then all of a sudden, a giant pair of huge glasses, she said, appeared to her, the size of like a truck. And she's like, how do I put these on? And somehow, being on the other side and all, she was able to wrangle these giant glasses onto her face. And she realized as she's putting them on, these are God's glasses, right? And then what did it show her? It showed her the time she was, went to the old folks' home and was, stroking the woman's hair, or brushing her hair, or laughing with her, or, all the kind acts she did to the kid in school, the time she had opened her heart completely and had really made a small difference somewhere in the world. That was the highlight reel that God was looking at. And I thought that was a really, really beautiful. Can you imagine? I mean, how more blatant can someone get the message, right? We hear what I just read. Imagine being the person that had the near-death experience and then coming back from that and actually, saying, okay, I was shown firsthand. I had to put on like truck-sized God glasses, all right? I got to see what is going on, what's the real view, the real vantage point. And if you can take that and really let that sink in, allow that to become just a core part of the way you're viewing your success in life, it's so exciting and rewarding because you realize like, I can actually be a raging success now, every day. I already am. First off, you've already done a lot of these things, I'm sure. Anyone listening. And if you haven't, maybe you jumped on this podcast because you've been the most negative head that's ever existed of all time. And now you decided today you're going to hear this podcast and something with the word positive in it, which you've never even thought of before. And this is your chance this is your moment where you're turning it all around, right? And I would say to that person even, congratulations, because all of that not doing kind acts, not having your heart opened, that was all preparation for now, what you do going forward. That contrast is what is going to make it all really worthwhile, where you really understand it, you really get it, because you've been there, you've been on the other side, you've had the shoe on the other foot, so to speak. It's why so many people, their gift entails hardship, because they're being set up so that they can then, I was the drug addict so that I could then later get myself clean, be the phoenix up out of the ashes, and then turn around and help other people that are where I've been. And, obviously someone who's been a heroin addict who found their way out is going to be much more empathetic and understanding and able naturally to help someone who's in the throes of, this disease, this addiction, than someone who has no experience whatsoever, right? So that's the whole thing. Once you get it, beating yourself up about what you have or haven't done or should have done and might have done, and oh my gosh, I haven't ever opened my heart, I haven't ever helped anyone, I haven't ever, great. Congratulations. Now you get to. And every moment's another chance to turn it all around. And the times where you were separated from your ultimate potential were necessary. So you could see the suffering that is there when you're not in your heart and you're not giving of yourself in a way that lifts up those around you, right? You needed that perspective. So, that's the thing about it, is it's all a part of a divine plan. None less divine than any other. The most, Mother Teresa-esque person is no more divine than, the person committing a horrendous act out there right now. They're just at different points in the evolutionary journey that is all a part of Source, the One, your higher self, our higher self. It's all the same Spirit, ultimately animating all of it. The question always posed to you in any given moment is, what part of it all do you wish to experience next? Think of Source as this infinite toolbox. It's all necessary. It's all relevant. It's all needed to bake the cake of existence. And what part of it do you want to try now? What glasses do you want to put on now? The more you get into a state of understanding, it's all you. It's all about lifting others up and being, making yourself an instrument of peace, as Saint Francis of Assisi would say in his famous prayer, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace, right? It's all a necessary part. And if you have come to the point where you're ready to take that on and to embody that part of it all. You're getting closer to the source, the root glasses, right? All the glasses, some of them have a lot of fog on them, right? But they're still necessary for that really clear, the truck size, jumbo, super duper, X-ray vision glasses, source glasses. They are, they're waiting for you to work your way up to wearing them, right? We're all doing it. You're all doing it. I'm super, super grateful to be on this journey with each and every one of you. You're all such beautiful reflections. I continue to be blown away by, every time someone writes a review on, iTunes or Apple Podcast or, sends a kind word via email or, anything like that. It feels so good to know that this podcast is making a difference in your world, because it's definitely made a difference in mine. As I always say, we teach best what we most need to learn. We're all walking each other home. And I just couldn't be more grateful to have you on the journey with me. And just remember, if you're tuning into this, out of all the infinite things that are vying for your precious attention, right? You buy what you pay attention to. Out of all the things, you're tuning into this because you are such a close reflection to everything that this podcast represents in the world. And that's something for each of us to be proud of, right? You can't even find it if you're not a close enough vibrational match for it to resonate in your reality. That's how existence works. That which is likened to itself is drawn. Everything that you're attracting. So, let's also put down all the comparison and making it so you see when you see something that you admire, you're seeing it because it's that close. You're calling it in that much. So, yeah, super proud of you guys. Super proud of myself. We are doing it. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to get to Alchemy today from Paul Selig, but we'll pick that up another time. I had a feeling I might not. Got on a little bit of a roll, just letting it flow. With that being said, I have a song to send your way as well. This is Phantom Power. The song is called Endless Ether. Really cool, chill track. Till next time, keep it cool, all you cool cats, wherever you find yourself. Also, before we cue up today's song, I wanted to remind you about the game with the universe on our website, where you can choose the first number that comes to your mind and it'll pull up that episode number of the podcast. I've been saying this is a great way to co-create synchronicity and magic with your higher self for quite some time. And if you go to positivehead.com/universe, there is a super fun and simple interface to play this game with your higher self. I firmly believe just by setting the intention to play in this way, it opens up the door for magic, and it's a synchronistic way to hone in on nuggets of wisdom out of the huge catalog of episodes that are specifically appropriate for you at this time in your journey to becoming the next greatest and greatest version of yourself. And it also makes for a super fun way to spark the curiosity of friends and family by having them choose a number, so they'll hopefully go and check out their number as well, which I greatly appreciate because it helps us to spread the word about the podcast. Once again, the address is positivehead.com/universe. And as a quick reminder, if you're curious to learn more about Purium superfoods and why I take them almost every day, be sure to also check out positivehead.com/transformation. On this journey of becoming the next greatest and grandest version of ourselves that we have all embarked upon, I cannot stress the importance of managing your physical vibration enough. And quite honestly, Purium has put together the simplest plan I've found to do so. I have my favorite, the appleberry shake, at least 5 times a week. Once again, to learn more about the Purium transformation, go to positivehead.com/transformation. Or if you want to keep it simple and just try out my favorite, the appleberry shake, you can go straight over to ishoppurium.com and be sure to use code positivehead for 25% off. I'll spell that for you. It's ishoppurium.com. And be sure to use your Positive Head 25% coupon code.